What's going on? It's Jason Heath here, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on the Zoom Q2n 4K and HDMI cables. Now, I did a review a couple weeks ago, and I'll link up to that in the card if you're checking this out without seeing that video. Probably go back and watch that. When I was doing that review, I had a USB micro or mini, I always forget what it was, but whatever the port is on here that connects to your computer, and that works to connect your device, and you can use it as a card reader or as a webcam. But what I was noticing that there was some lag, at least using Zoom, the video conferencing service, and the Q2n. So I thought that if I got the right HDMI cable, I could connect it and that would work. So I went on the confusing journey of the HDMI cable world. So my regular one certainly didn't work for this, and I ordered a mini HDMI, and that is also not the right cable. So I had to order an adapter for a micro HDMI. So I connected it all to my computer and nothing happened. So I thought, great, is this adapter not working? What's the deal with that? Well, the adapter does work. I was able to hook it up to my TV through HDMI, and you can use it as a video monitor or to play back or that kind of thing. But as far as I can tell, and I've looked through the documentation on Zoom's website, and I'll link up to that if you want to check it out too, it looks like there is not HDMI functionality with the camera in terms of using it as a webcam. So USB, it does work. It does say that you can compensate for lags between video and audio. So there is a delay button. So I'm going to just play around with that and see. I'm going to try it without the delay, and then I'll try it with the delay, and we'll see if that helps the video conferencing with the Q2n 4K. Okay, here I am on the Q2n 4K. I think I'm in frame. There's no flip out camera, so I can't tell. I'm about 2 feet away from the camera. This is the same shot as the M50 I was using for the intro, and I've got a decent light source here, so this gives you an idea of how this compares to that Canon camera that I use for vlogging mostly. So I'm shooting in 1080p, 24 frames per second, which is typically what I do for video, and the same thing that I was doing on the Canon. If I turn it up to 4K, my 2015 MacBook Pro chokes on me. So I'm just gonna keep it at 1080p. This just gives you an idea of what it looks like, not in video conferencing mode, but now I'm gonna hook it up via that, is it mini or micro? I think I can't remember, micro USB, I think, cable. And we're gonna test it out on Zoom one more time and see how it works in video conferencing mode. Okay, here we are on Zoom video conferencing with the Q2n 4K. I'm using the microphone on the Q2n and the camera as well. Again, about 2 feet away from the device. And so this gives you an idea of what it looks like, sounds like, recording this. And I'm just gonna put this into the video. And I have pretty fast internet here, so if there is lag or delay, it's probably not the result of the internet speed, although who knows these days with Zoom. So this just gives you an idea, again, of the quality of footage that we're getting with the micro USB cable connected. My first test through a couple weeks ago, I was getting some stuttering and some lag, but that could be due to any number of factors. So we'll just see how this looks. Okay, I've hit the delay button a few times on the back of the camera. I'm at 1.5 F. I'm not 100% sure what F is, but I'm reading this on the Zoom website in the manual. And again, I'll link up to that. But I should be delaying about 100 milliseconds now. So we're seeing if this is gonna clean up anything here on Zoom. And one last test, I've now turned that F number up to 6, which should be, I believe, 400 milliseconds delay. So I'm just seeing if there is any difference between having it at 0, having it at 1.5, and now just jacking it way up to 6. It can go all the way to 10, and just seeing if there is more of a synchronicity between my voice, the audio, and the video. That's just a quick update for you, and I'm still loving this camera. Even with that delay, it still works quite well. I used it this week for a lesson. I really like being able to zoom in on myself using the field of view button on the back. I just put it on a tripod and I'm able to change the angle really easily for my student. The audio comes across great. I do think that the Q8 has a bit of an advantage in terms of the sound. And of course, what I'm shooting on right here, the Canon M50, I love that camera and it's great, but it is more expensive and it's not quite as out of the box ready to go as the Zoom Q2n 4K. So again, I recommend it, and let me know what you think in the comments.